It is week 51. We're almost at a year for Trump.
It's only been a year.
It feels like it's been 6 or 7. Like this feels like the most. I have never been this politically tired in my life.
I'm having so much fun watching news anchors and pundits. Just most of their show is just sitting there going,
We're in uncharted territory, folks. That's exactly the kind of like looks they give all the time.
I want 1 week of just not like
this,
shit that makes you feel sad to be an American. Right?
So how about, let's see, I think we talked a little bit last week how he referred to himself as a stable genius as people were debating his mental fitness.
A very stable genius.
Which is interesting because he had his White House physical, I think today, today's Friday as we're recording this.
Yeah.
He had his White House physical and they said he's in excellent health, which,
well,
you're
bullshit.
A goddamn liar. I'm overweight and God. I run and I eat healthy. That means that I'm still not in fucking excellent condition.
That statement is even better because it was they released the written statement from the doctor with his name fucking spelled wrong.
Oh, that's funny.
So it was written by Donald.
It had to have been written by somebody else because there is no way that doctor misspelled his first name.
First of all, Donald Trump sweats gravy, so there's no way that he is fucking healthy.
Man, I can go for some KFC gravy right now.
Second of all, did anybody else where they were sitting there like, please be cancer, please be cancer, please be cancer?
No, at this point, no. He doesn't get off easy.
Yeah,
no.
That's true. I want to see Mueller drag him out in fucking handcuffs.
He took credit for record low African American unemployment, even though,
of course, he did.
his fiscal year ended. Started 3 months ago.
Yeah,
go ahead and claim your unemployment rates. Now it's officially your watch 3 months ago because
now it's officially your watch. And guess what? The unemployment numbers are starting to do.
They're starting to, I don't know, go up because Walmart fucking closed like 68 Sam's Club stores, which, God damn it, people. I mean, I shouldn't think that Walmart would be a barometer of the economy, but if Walmart's having to close Sam's Club stores, bulk fucking bargain bin places where it doesn't take a lot of work to stock shelves kind of thing, if they're having a hard time and having to close that many stores, you got a problem.
Well, what's funny is it completely. So the Sam's Club thing coincides with the $11 an hour minimum wage that they're raising.
Yeah,
they're saying like, Trump did this, and that Trump was bragging about how he got Walmart to raise their minimum wage to $11.
Oh, he had nothing to do with it.
Of course, he had nothing to do with it, but he's going to take credit for it. Listen, if I take a shit and it's gold, he's going to be like, I made Brian West take a gold shit in Seattle, Washington.
Of course he did. But
no, so the raise coincides with closures of all these Sam's Clubs. So Walmart raises a lot of employees' wages, but then lays off a shit ton. And then on top of it, they closed a bunch of Walmart stores and laid off a shit ton of employees, which, enough, their wages coincided with the bonuses that they were giving everybody. So they were giving out $190. It went out to about $190 bonus to all of their employees, saying, this is the benefit of the tax. We're giving it back to the employees. Well, they laid off like 1,100 employees, which if you take their annual salaries, equaled almost dollar for dollar the amount they were paying out in bonuses.
Well, and the big bonuses that they like to tout that came out in the press release that they had.
Yeah.
Do you know who those bonuses were for? People that had been working for Walmart for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like the big bonuses. They are a shitty corporation.
They are a shitty corporation. And they are a corporation. And every corporation is only going to they're not going to raise wages because they got a tax.
They're going to care about what the bottom line for the stakeholder, for the shareholder.
Right. And it was clear to them that if they did not raise their wages, they would actually start losing business. They are starting to see the pushback that's been going on for a while. This is not new.
Here's what I want to suggest to people that might be listening to this that are wondering what they can do besides Walmart. Get a Costco membership. Costco is fucking amazing. I really fucking enjoy my Costco membership. I mean,
they have good booze if you live in Washington.
The best thing to, and the memberships can be kind of pricey. Go in on it with a friend or a family member.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, they actually pay their employees a living wage, a somewhat livable wage. And second, go to a store that's like employee owned, like for groceries and stuff. Like, go to Winco if you have a Winco nearby. I mean, if you're wondering what that might be, but don't go to like the Krogers. Don't go to the Walmarts and stuff if you can avoid it, because you got to make it hurt for these people. Otherwise, I mean, they're finally raising shit to $11 an hour. But come on, $11 an hour?
$11 an hour. That should have been the minimum wage like
30 years ago. Yeah. Man, it's ridiculous. I remember.
I'm hearing all about it. In Seattle, they just implemented the $15 an hour minimum wage. And so we have a Subway here that's no longer going to be able to do $5 footlongs. And people are saying, oh, you know, this is what the minimum wage is what happens. We no longer have $5 footlongs. And I'm countering with everybody saying, is it that? Or is it the fact that Subway's franchise fees are fucking outrageous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Quit franchising. Open your own sub shop. When people stop caring, when people stop giving into these corporations and do their own thing, you're going to get business. You're going to get it back. And then they're going to have to go back to not paying their execs 400 times what their workers make.
Well, let's just go ahead and call all like chain restaurants exactly what they are. Sysco.
Yeah. It's no coincidence that Red Robin, McDonald's, every place you've gone to, I can remember a time as a kid when McDonald's made a good burger, right? You go there now and it's just disgusting. It's because their food quality's gone up and their prices, or food quality's gone down and their prices have gone up. Every single chain does this. We continue to go to these places so they continue to do it, right? It's like, don't go there anymore.
Well, they're businesses. They operate like businesses. How can they cut costs?
What can they get away with? Exactly.
Yeah. Where can they cut costs in order to make more money?
Look, there's a reason that Krusty Burger is a parody on The Simpsons, and it's been that way for 20-something years. All right, let's get back to Trump. He promised that he could beat Oprah in 2020.
Well, first of all, Oprah's not running in 2020. Let's be honest.
Well, no, and I was going to say, what the fuck does he think his name is? Harpo? Because if you watch The Color Purple, that's the... sorry, that went way too far for that joke.
Oh, God.
I love that movie, though. It's a great book, too. Fuck, that is a powerful-ass book if you've never read it before.
Read that book. I don't think I've ever read it.
Hey, I got to admire your optimism there, buddy, that you're gonna make it.
You're gonna make it to 2020. Yeah. He has postponed his fake news awards, which I don't know. Anytime I hear any kind of press release from the president, I'm always hearing about ratings. I'm always hearing about how many people tune into things.
Do you know why he canceled it?
Well, he's postponed it until Wednesday.
They made a mockery of his mockery.
Yeah, they did, because you actually have people in the White House press briefings going, "Hey, when are we going to get the list of the nominees for this award?
When's the invite?"
We kind of want to know. We also want to know, what is the award going to be?
This is old school bully counter 101. If a bully comes to you and says your mom's a whore, you say, "Wow, I didn't know you knew my mom."
How much does she charge these days?
And then they just walk away, right? That's exactly what they did with this fake news.
Yeah,
fake news awards. They started fighting to who gets it.
You're not actually making MSNBC or CNN mad anymore. It doesn't work anymore.
No.
If anything, you've made them feisty as hell. I mean, they're ready to just... what was it? Miller. What's his name? Was it Stephen Miller?
Stephen Miller.
Steve Miller when he went on Tapper? Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Tapper's like, you've been wasting enough of my viewers' time. Leave.
The best part of that is the stuff that they got after they
Dude, he didn't leave. They had to drag him out.
They had to get security to drag him out.
Let's see. He said recently that he is unlikely to sit down with special counsel Robert Mueller.
Yeah, no shit.
Sure,
voluntarily.
He says that, but there's going to be an announcement. I think they said probably Tuesday. They're negotiating.
Subpoena.
Yeah.
Well,
guess what, Donald? You can't say no to a subpoena.
Yeah, we may not be able to charge you with anything, but you have to answer to the law. You know.
Yeah.
I want to do the how many times does he lie game, right? I mean, in one sentence, he contradicts himself.
we've already said that if it's going to happen, and I hope to God, and I hope they demand that it be public and televised.
Oh, it'd be so amazing.
Oh God, tell them about the ratings and the money that'll come in from a pay-per-view. That kind of thing.
If that happens, there's going to be a watch. All you got to do is tell him that Obama one time had to testify, and he did it on TV, and the ratings were huge.
Let's see. He bragged about selling F-52s to Norway.
Yes.
That's actually kind of cool. That's kind of great.
Well, which had me thinking at first, I'm like, fuck, did he just declassify a plane? Did he just admit to something that doesn't exist yet?
Right? He just didn't know what the number was.
Yeah, and I thought at first that's what he was meaning to say is maybe he meant B-52s, but I'm like, why the fuck would he be selling long-range bombers to Norway? Norway doesn't need long range. They're right there by Russia. You know.
First of all, we gotten the F-22 to fly yet?
No, F-22 is an interceptor. The F-35 is the joint strike fighter of the current.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I know this shit. Over. I know this shit for some reason. Fuck me. I used to read the Jane's fucking aircraft stuff when I was a kid.
Wouldn't that be great if it really was the F-52 and he totally just gave away our new plane?
That's what I was hoping it was going to be. I'm like, did he just say that the Aurora was a real thing? I mean,
we just get Mattis to throw a brick at his head off camera.
Shut up!
Throw him in a chokehold and drag him off camera.
This is why we stopped telling you things.
Now for the
feed him fake briefings every day. There's nothing real in there. It's all
it would be glorious to find out that was true.
Okay, who else cannot wait for the fucking Sorkin written movie of this to come out in about 8 years?
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing.
Now I realize that Aaron Sorkin is catnip for us people on the left because it's fun, but it's ultimately not going to accomplish anything because it just makes us feel better. Because the people on the right, they don't care about our well-crafted arguments. They don't care about our amazing, feats of being able to make facts work for us kind of thing. So
they don't care about our truthiness.
No, they don't care about that at all. So anyway, back to Trump. He discovered recently, and I learned about this from a fucking Kellyanne Conway interview, why am I fucking still watching Kellyanne Conway on CNN? He discovered.
Why are they still putting her on CNN?
The Blair Witch.
I don't understand how they did not take the It parody that they did on Saturday Night Live to heart, where they're like, "I'll give you a quote. You want a quote? I'll give you a quote." So Donald Trump discovered that there is a very big river along part of the U.S.-Mexico border where a wall would not work. That very river.
Fucking what?
Translates into very big river,
I mean,
there was a river, it was Bigly.
The Rio Grande.
They're researching floating walls as we speak. Never fear.
Hold on. He didn't know this.
No, he
of course he didn't know it.
I don't. Why am I surprised? Why am I shocked and surprised that this basic piece of geographical knowledge was completely lost on?
He just recently found out Hawaii was a state.
I mean,
he still doesn't know that Puerto Rico is part of the U.S.
He met with the president of Puerto Rico.
Oh, God.
Okay, so the last thing that we're going to spend a couple of minutes on, God, not too long, because we have to talk about Trump doing the whole shithole, the countries being shitholes. And he said one country. He said Haiti is a shithole country. Then he said Africa, which is a goddamn continent.
Okay. To be fair to Trump, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know Africa isn't a country.
Well, I mean, it does include Namibia.
I don't think he actually. If you said how many countries in Africa, he would say one, Africa.
Whereas Didn't the rest Sarah of us Palin make this mistake? Somebody did. So anyway, what I wanted to bring about this, everybody's heard about the shithole comment. Everybody's heard about it. You're not hearing anything new on the Utah Outcasts. However, what I do want to say is that in order for this to be the most shocking thing, racist-wise, that our president has done so far, you've had to not been paying attention over the last fucking year.
Yeah.
How about the...
however long he's been in the public.
Hey, man, there's always good people on both sides. Remember that.
Yeah.
How about this? How about the story of a career intelligence analyst who was an expert on hostage policy, stood before President Trump in the Oval Office last fall to brief him on the impending release of a Pakistan family that was being... You heard the story about the family that was being held in Pakistan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was her first time meeting the president, and when she was done briefing, he had a question for her. Where are you from? The president asked, and she said, New York. And Trump wasn't happy with that answer, and so she said, yeah, I'm from Manhattan. He wasn't happy with that either. So he wanted to know where you people are from. We had a president asking somebody where you people are from. Just let that sink in there for a second. So after the analyst revealed that her parents are Korean, Trump turned to an advisor in front of her in the room and seemed to suggest her ethnicity should somehow determine her career path. Let that sink in there a little bit. Your ethnicity should determine your career path. That's like trying to say I'm Hispanic, therefore, oh yeah, you're good at cooking beans, go in the kitchen. You know?
He followed up and says, why isn't this hot Asian?
Yeah. Why don't we have the pretty Asian lady talk
Pretty Korean lady isn't negotiating with North Korea on his administration.
You didn't even call her Korean. Pretty Asian.
Asian.
Oh, man.
Pretty Asian.
You know, honestly, at this point, I grew up in it, like, you know, I said earlier, in a Christian family, which meant I was a Republican. I grew up in the Ronald Reagan era. I never thought in all the years, say what you want to about Reagan, back in the 80s, you felt proud to be an American, right? We were fighting Russia, Cold War, the whole thing. You felt proud.
We had Rocky IV.
I've never felt less proud of an American than I do right now.
No.
Just every day, it sinks a little bit lower, right? I'm just like, the fact that this man represents me and you and Kyle just makes me sick. I don't even know what to say.
Which means anytime I take a trip to a foreign country in the near future, I'm going to have a Canadian flag glued onto my backpack. I'm
going to London, Canada, and Mexico this year. Can't wait to have the conversations that I'm going to have with people.
Oh, God.
Well, okay, here's a tip. Every conversation begins with,
fuck Trump.
I am sorry. I am very, very sorry.
Dude, so I went to, and I don't want to derail the conversation, I'll make this quick. I went to Jamaica last year, and me and my wife, we went to like this hibachi restaurant inside of our resort, and we're sitting there, and everybody at the table, we're talking to people, you know, me and my wife are very chatty, and everybody's from Canada. And so we start talking, yeah, we're Americans, this and that, and everybody kind of gets quiet. And everyone kind of looks at us, and there's this giant elephant in the room, and they're like, so what do you think? What do you think about Trump? And me and my wife look at each other, and in unison we go, fuck Trump. And they're like, everybody to a person goes, oh, thank God. And then they want to know
then
about... Then
they let loose, yeah.
They want to know about nukes. They want to know about healthcare. I mean, it is crazy with the rest of the world, especially Canada. You know, they're our neighbors. What we do affects them, and how they just don't understand what's going on. And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on, and they fucking live here.
Yeah, and there's talks of us like NAFTA being pulled out from Canada. That is insane. That is just ridiculous. All right, so back to Trump and other racist shit that he's done. There was that one time when he was talking to the Congressional Black Caucus, asking if the elected officials knew of who Ben Carson was.
I was shocked that they didn't.
Yeah,
all
he's
black people
that they didn't know each other.
All black people are supposed to know each other. There, that's
that.
They
have like
one.
a secret handshake, isn't that what Trump said? Jesus.
He said during the same meeting, a member relayed to Trump that potential welfare cuts would harm her constituents, and she said, "Not all of whom are black." And the president replied, "Really? Then what are they?" Our president is fucking dumb, people. So let's go down the rapid fire list of other racist shit he's done. How about calling Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas in front of Navajo code talkers?
Oh, that was great.
That wasn't just it. I mean, he was making fucking chief jokes.
They
Oh
were
my
being
God.
honored for their people's sacrifices in World War II.
Well, weren't they getting? Wasn't it congressional medals of valor at that time, or was
Yes,
it just
Something, yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
whatever the president can give out? Not the Congressional Medal of Honor, but the valor ones. Like I think, like Ellen DeGeneres got that one time, whatever the fuck that one was. Let's see. How about the Charlottesville thing? We don't even need to go into detail.
Yeah,
on
we
that
don't
one.
even need. Everybody knows that one.
How about the people in Africa and how they all live in huts, and people in Haiti have AIDS, and how
they
about
all have AIDS. Every last
how
one
about
of them.
Puerto Ricans are losers who want handouts just because they got hit by a hurricane? Black football players kneeling to protest racial inequality, calling them sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Calling all Mexicans rapists. The shitting on the Gold Star family because they were Muslim. How about the widow of the fallen
Muslim
soldier?
ban?
How about the widow of the fallen soldier that died, calling them liars because they're black? And the time, God, he's just all over the fucking place. If this is the thing, the shithole thing is the thing that finally got you to realize that our president is a fucking racist, I'm glad you're with us finally. However, the shit's been going on for like a year, and I'm about to lose my fucking mind over it.
It's been well known. He was sued by the Nixon administration for housing violations because he would not rent to black people.
How about when the casino thing was happening, and he was mad about Native Americans being able to have casinos?
Yeah.
And he tried to say, most of these people don't look Native American to me. Yeah, because that's something you could just totally spot in a person,
Yeah.
Not
that he would know what they look like anyway.
I'm sick of people using his ignorance as an excuse to be a fucking racist too, right? They're like, oh, he just doesn't know what he's talking about. No, he fucking does, and he's a fucking racist.
If he doesn't, then he is a world-class moron, and why the hell did you vote for a world-class moron?
Who also happens to be a fucking racist.
Yeah.
Newsflash. Conservatives. If there's any conservatives or people listening to this show, watching this going, that's not true. If you have one black friend or you hire a black person, you can still be a goddamn racist. I tired of people like, he hired Ben Carson. It doesn't fucking matter. He can still be a racist.
Ben Carson is racist against his own black people. I mean, come on.
Ben Carson is...
You can be a member of that race and also be racist towards them.
Right.
I had somebody on Twitter call me a racist earlier this week because I said something about white people. I'm like, aren't you the people that try to say that, because like the person that you are trying to quote from is black, he can't possibly be racist against black people? That doesn't work the same way. So to finish it up, and we're going to finish up the Trump Roundup with this last quote here from Wonkette is like, yeah, this is breaking news. Who would have thunk it? Much shocking. Many wow. Mind blown.